Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that came out of left field as Kendrick Lamar has been trending for dissing J. Cole and Drake as he looks to break away from the so-called Big Three conversation, and Kendrick likens this to what Eminem did to Melly Mel a few months ago, and the reactions to this have been over the top, and we'll get to more in a moment. Today we also have more that's come from Benzino's trip to Eminem's Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit, and Detroit rappers like Snapdog and Lazarus have directly called out Benzino for this, and in Snapdog's case, he put the whole city on blast for letting Benzino roll in to do that in Eminem's restaurant, and we'll get to more on this in a bit as a staff from Eminem's Mom's Spaghetti also addressed the incident a few hours ago. And on this case, I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on Snapdog's explanation of why they shouldn't have allowed Benzino get away with that. So starting with Kendrick Lamar, he was featured on Future and Metro Boomin's new album on the track Like That, and Kendrick didn't hold back as he fired back at Drake and J. Cole's first-person shooter, as if you recall, J. Cole rapped, "Love when they argue, the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot? Is it Aubrey? Is it me? We the big three, like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali." And Kendrick Lamar wasn't having it.
"I don't want peace. I want problems, always."
He pretty much pulled off this meme, "We the big three."
We? We.
And he rapped F-Snick dissing first-person shooter. "I hope they came with 3 switches. I crash out like F-rap. This Melly Mel if I had to." And he continued, "Mother F the big three. Dude, it is just me. Dude, bomb. What? I'm really like that. And your best work is a light pack. Dude, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Dude, bomb. For all your dogs getting buried. That's a K with all these 9s. He gon' see Pet Cemetery." Drake's last album, For All the Dogs, caught a direct hit, and Kendrick also shutting down J. Cole and that Big Three conversation has sparked memes like this.
What's up, man? What the fuck? Dude, like, come on, be real.
You came to get a drink, man, with the boys.
A fucking drink. Who are you, bro? Yeah, dog.
And since Drake also compared himself to Michael Jackson on first-person shooter when it comes to #1 hits, Kendrick's response is the bars about how Prince outlived Mike Jack, and the fact that Kendrick brought up Melly Mel has sparked takes like, when Kendrick said Eminem is one of his main influences, he really meant it. GOAT emojis. They will respond to anyone without a doubt. Shrugs emoji. And if you recall, Melly Mel also had smoke for Kendrick Lamar back then when he was trashing Eminem, and more on this note, Kendrick been cut from the Marshall Mathers cloth. They gonna call you out no matter who you are, always staying competitive. People thought Eminem was gonna let it slide because Melly Mel is a pioneer, but nope, Eminem fired back and Melly Mel ended up apologizing. And over on Reddit, some see Kendrick's bars about Melly Mel to be proof that he supports Eminem's decision on Realist. A user expands, "I didn't catch that at first, but he is 100% saying M made the right choice." And we'll be keeping an eye on this to see how it develops, as fans are expecting J. Cole and Drake to fire back at Kendrick Lamar for this. Moving on to the next point, if you recall, Benzino claimed that while he was at Mom's Spaghetti, the staff were cool and they all wanted to be in his music video for Rap Elvis. And it turns out that the staff in the video has now addressed his claims, and on IG it goes, "Hi, I'm the guy in the video. His crew just told him to take a pic with me without asking me. I thought he was a fan, so I was like, cool. Even after all this, I still don't know who this guy is." So it turns out that the speculations that the staff at Mom's Spaghetti had no idea who Benzino was turns out to be true. They thought an Eminem stan flew into Detroit to visit Eminem's restaurant and they played along, which is actually a nice gesture when you think about it, although in this case, since it is Benzino, it is actually pathetic, and some have expanded. This is true. The staff are literally trained to be respectful to the stands, laughing emoji. Mom's Spaghetti is not just a restaurant, it is also a tourist attraction at this point, and the staff acted accordingly. And another user expanded, Benzino should realize that not a lot of people know who he is, and the folks at Mom's Spaghetti thought he was just a fan, lol. And before we head to the next point, Dr. Dre wasn't joking about going to listen to Eminem's entire album that he revealed on Jimmy Kimmel Live, as Eminem shared photos a few hours ago that showed the squad were in his studio. Eminem added the caption, "Nothing to see here, plenty to hear at Easy Mill, Alchemist, Mr. Porter, Dre and Royce." And some believe we are back in business. They listened to the album, right? Finally, an album-related post from M. This reminds me of his post from studio before Kamikaze. And the picture has also stirred speculations like, so is it safe to assume that everyone in this picture is on the album in some way? I'd say that's a safe prediction. And back to the topic of Benzino's trip to Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit, Snapdog went off on IG. He put the city on blast for letting it slide.
Detroit, that's what the fuck doing now. Detroit, this what the fuck doing now. This shit is Detroit versus everybody. I get y'all don't, y'all feel how y'all feel about him. Y'all feel like he ain't put nobody on or doing nothing, but he did in his era, bro. But y'all gonna let another come from another different city and invade our streets in our city like we some soft ass in this. Y'all gonna go against another who's from the city for another who ain't from the city, who just using y'all and gonna go back home and y'all ain't gonna never hear from this man, who ain't gonna do nothing for y'all careers. Y'all say M ain't doing nothing. What Benzino doing for y'all besides? The city we looking weak as right now. And my understanding, didn't this man just cry on an interview saying he ain't want no smoke with him, but then you come to the city, sneaking through the city doing this type of shit? Man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy, bro. This shit crazy. On the internet laughing like, nigga, nah, we taking this L as a city. We letting them like that come in our shit. Y'all sending a message to other, like it's cool to come through this, like, soft. Come on, man. Y'all weak as hell for that, bro. Well, let me tell y'all this. I ain't tripping on that, Benzino. I'm outside today. If me and my see you, we beating your ass. We beating your ass. And anybody that you with in the city can't stop me. They'll tell you. Ain't nobody stopping Snap. So, I ain't worried about that you with or nothing like that. It's you. You coming here. Come on, man. Detroit, we gotta do better than that, man. Y'all stop hanging with this. Y'all got in the hood and shit, man. Like, what the? No fly zone means something. It's bigger than what the y'all doing, bro. What is y'all doing? It's crazy. It's cool, though. We see you. It's up. None of them can stop me.
And Lazarus, another Detroit rapper, had a short message for Benzino.
Check it out, yo. While Shady in LA with the 9 and 50, you spend your last dollar dropping pasta at Mom's Spaghetti. Dirtied up the room to get the broom and mop my city. I got no pity for this homeless beggar. Drop you a penny. I read your thought like I'm Xavier. You thought you was a savior, but doctor got your chart. Says no thyroid and no trachea. Your daughter got no faith in you. Head so damn big, the rest of your body is an athea. Detroit is nothing safe for you. Snow fly, nose dive, your flow dry. Less that ghost rides on your side. Do what you do best. Go cry. Oh, I got my scalpel for protection. You'll be anorexic running that many miles when you press run. Saying the same thing for 20 damn years. It's dead, son. What to do when you got no other known skills and debt come? Get some rest, bum. Never mention the OGs of my town. I spray rounds between patients I go see on my round. It's my round. No race baiting on my brown face, bitch. I slap your ass with my crown. Go back into that nightgown. They see you when emojis come, they type clown. And this is just a freestyle I don't write down. I take all your fake jewelry, your fake shades. I break all, strike you like an 8-ball, like Mike Tyson with Jake Paul. Turn the lights on and see these cockroaches run the way crawl. Disrespect Detroit again, I'm AWOL. Laz Army, sucker.
And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts. Is Snapdog right about his assessment on this situation about the optics for Detroit? And to be fair, I've seen some users on social media echo this point. I'm not gonna lie, Detroit is looking like a bunch of pansies. M should leave and invest his money elsewhere. But on the other end, others see Benzino as a joke, so it didn't mean anything to them. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more, and see you on the next one.